Hey everyone, it's Dave here at Ultra Modern Ball, and what do you suppose I have in this little case right here? Well, of course I'm going to tell you, but you can probably guess based on this guy right on the front. So, I decided back in December that there might be an opportunity to go after some of the 2022 Topps Chrome buyback cards. If you're not familiar with the program, I'll give you a quick breakdown real quick. Topps back late last year introduced a buyback program in which they would reimburse LCSs for Paul Goldschmidt and Aaron Judge cards, the two MVPs from last year. And basically, in any of the 2022 Topps Chrome base or refractor cards carry some LCS credit with them. I will invite you to go ahead and Google the details of that buyback program because I do not work for Topps, but the long and short of it is any base cards are worth $20 at a participating LCS, and refractors are worth $40, and then numbered refractors, there's an escalating amount from there, I do believe. I don't have any of those, but I do have some of these here. And, like I said, I identified an opportunity. This was right around the holidays, and I figured, you know what? Not everybody has an LCS near them that has good prices or is participating in the buyback program. So I figured, you know what? Between that and the fact that people just might want to take a little bit of holiday money instead of dealing with an LCS trade-in, I said, you know what, I'm going to go after these and I'm going to try to get them at good margins and just kind of see how I do with it. And it was just a little bit of an experiment. These on eBay, the base cards here, were tending to go for around $15 shipped before tax, somewhere in that ballpark, $15, $16, $17. I was really aiming to be more at $10 or $11 shipped. And like I said, it was a little bit of an experiment at first, but it ended up working out. So here's what I got for the Topps Chrome buyback cards. I'm just going to show you all really quick. So we've got a bunch of the goldies, as you can see here. A bunch of base Paul Goldschmidt, which before the buyback program were worth, I don't know, $1 at most. And then a bunch of the buyback Aaron Judge cards as well. And then in the back here, we have some refractors. Paul Goldschmidt refractor, Prism refractor for Goldie, regular refractor for Aaron Judge, and the pink. So all of this adds up to exactly $500 worth of buyback credit. Now, like I said, I was trying to spend a little bit under that amount and was able to do that pretty well. So long story short, those of you that watch my videos all the time know that I pulled two of these out of one blaster back in the friend mail video. You can go back and watch after you watch this one, of course. But if you don't count those two, I ended up spending a grand total of $234 for these cards in here, which equals about $460 worth of LCS credit. Now, again, two of these came out of blaster, so I'm not counting that as part of what I spent. So depending on how you look at it, I've got somewhere between $260 of free LCS credit or $230 of free LCS credit because of these deals. And if you're asking how I was able to accomplish that, well, I think the long and short of it is these were all Twitter sales. And I think it's like any other purchase or sale in the hobby where you should be, one, opportunistic. If you see a card that is priced low, you jump on it, and there were a few of those for sure. And two, just building good relationships in the hobby. Quite a few of these came from people that I had purchased cards from before, and one or two were repeat sellers, so they reached out to me more than once when they got more of them. So I so appreciate that. In fact, I want to shout out some of these sellers real quick. And I will add also, I did not buy any of these for $1 a piece or anything like that. Everything was $7 or more. $7 was the cheapest that I paid. So in all cases, every seller knew what they were giving up, because I did see some of these base cards at the beginning of the buyback program posted for really cheap, but I did not take advantage of any sellers in that way. Every seller knew what they had and were just trying to get a little bit of money for the holidays or flip it for whatever cash they could get. So some quick thank yous. I want to thank Steve first and foremost. I got more than half of these from you, and you reached out to me directly several times when you found more of these. So you were huge in getting this project done. Philly Cardboard, I buy from all the time. Appreciate you, bud. Hugo and Nick, you guys are great hobby pals as well. Appreciate you. And then some more people, Bedizis, Jayhem, J-Rod, Bubba's cards, and Mystic Typhoon, JJ's. Got all of these from you guys. So it's $500 worth of LCS credit. I don't know about you, but I don't often drop that much at the LCS. I'm more of a bargain hunter, as you you guys that watch the channel, you know that pretty well. So this is going to be unusual for me, but I'm going to go and I'm going to spend all of this at one or two LCSs near me because I have a few that participate in the program nearby. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get, but it's going to be fun having that kind of cash to work with, or not cash, but cards to work with, I guess. So it's going to take me a little bit to sort through the cards, but through the magic of editing, you'll see what I got in just a few seconds. Boom, and just like that, we are back with our bounty from the buyback cards. So I ended up going to two LCSs. The first one near me tends to have really good dollar boxes, but I was actually disappointed with their selection the first when I went to cash in the buyback cards, but I did find a great card, maybe my favorite out of all of these at the first LCS. And at the second LCS, I picked up everything else. So let's get into what I was able to find for these buyback cards. So some singles, and this is what I picked up at the first LCS. Look at how sweet this card is. Felix Hernandez, first Bowman Chrome Auto. And this is an X-Fractor parallel. Now, it's not numbered, but these the print run on these are 250. It looks like it's in really good shape. If you take it out of the case, which I did once, I think there's some scratching up here. But man, when I saw this, I was so psyched to get it. It was in the case for $80. It's the only pickup I made at the first LCS. And quite frankly, I think it's a steal for that price. There was one comp around $80 that was a best offer. The seller had it for, I think, over 150 maybe, and the buyer made an offer of about 80 or something. So they came way down on price, and that was the most recent comp on this. Only other listing, I think, was around $200 for this card. But that said, this might just stay part of my PC. I love this card so much, and you can kind of see it on video, but it pops so much better in person than it does in a photo. So really, really psyched to find that card. Such a cool Felix Hernandez card. Cy Young winner, just a dominant player. I'm actually going to put a new, different stand out here because the one touch makes it a little bit difficult. Okay, so let's go over what I got at the other LCS. What I did find was that, you know, when you're dealing with the buyback cards, the LCS owners are going to be less likely to work with you if they know how many you have on the price. So you kind of have to go with what the sticker price is. So that's maybe one of the drawbacks of the buyback program. Unless you're an especially good negotiator, I guess I could have potentially threatened to walk out. But, you know, I wanted to use that 500 and get that spent. So I got this Pete Alonso here, Pete Alonso Auto. And as you can see in the corners, number to 199. Just a super cool card. And, you know, I just thought the value on this one was really good at $65. So I think these can go for as high as $80, $90. So when you consider I actually paid half, given my margins on the buyback cards, I thought that was a really nice deal. Let me move this stuff over so that we can put the stuff on the stands here too. Okay. Other singles I picked up. These two are in the same case, and I had to grab them both. How cool are these? Topps Black Gold Black Mike Trout, and this one's number 299. Just a really nice card. They both look like they're in pretty good shape too. Black border cards can be really tough. I have not taken it out of the case yet, but you know, it's in pretty good condition here. So that one was pretty sweet. Any Mike Trout numbered parallel is a pretty good find if you can get it. And I did quickly check the comps on these, and it looks like I did pretty well. I mean, you know, I would have liked them to get them a little bit cheaper, ideally. But, you know, still really happy to find these cards. Mike Trout, an elite player, obviously, the best of his generation. Number to 75 on the Topps Black Gold parallel, as you can see on the back. So I was just psyched to find those two cards. Really, really cool. And I did pick up one more single, as I struggle with this stand over here. I did pick up one more single. I thought this was a steal for the price. As you can see, $75 for a first Bowman auto of Grayson Rodriguez. It looks pretty well centered here too. Haven't taken it out of the top loader, and it looks like it was. I honestly don't know if Grayson Rodriguez was a redemption, but I would guess that it is based on this sticker here. Some people put stickers over the top loaders after the fact to, I don't know, confuse people, I guess. But I'm gonna guess Grayson was a redemption out of this product, 2019 draft. Yes, 2019 Bowman draft. Obviously, top 10 prospect in baseball, one of the 2 or 3 best pitching prospects in baseball right now. Could start the year with the Orioles. That's kind of the word out of the Orioles system right now. So to get this for 75, I think there's a chance I could sell this for around 100, maybe even a little bit more. So I thought this was a great deal, and just such a cool card. I mean, when you consider what first Bowman autos go for some of the newer prospects, guys that really are not nearly as heralded as Grayson. Just a great deal, I thought, and bookending them with two awesome first Bowman pitcher autos. So I was pretty psyched about that. All right, and then I got some sealed wax because you know what? I wanted to have some fun with this project as well. I could have spent it all on singles and then tried to flip them or whatever, but I also wanted to be able to enjoy myself with this project. So here's what I got. I got a Topps Chrome light box, which I have not opened one of these. This one I'm not going to open today. I'm going to save this maybe for a break or maybe for myself. I'm not quite sure on that one yet. But I got a Topps Chrome light box. It was a pretty good price. Also picked up a Topps Chrome blaster. As you can see, it was $30, which is actually a pretty good price for these. And then I also picked up a couple of 2022 Bowman Hobby Jumbo packs. So these... you have a 25% chance of getting an auto out of each individual pack. So there's a 50% chance that I pull one auto out of the 2 of these. Obviously, really, really high upside with the first Bowmans out of that product there. So that's what I have. And you know what? Let's have some fun, and we're going to rip these right now. So like I said, I wanted to have some fun along the way. And, could I have been more selective in terms of not getting wax? Yes, but it's always going to be fun ripping wax, and might as well enjoy the spoils of that and the potential to get some more Paul Goldschmidt or Aaron Judge redemption cards, which look like this. I'm still picking them up when I see them for super cheap. So you never know. We could end up with another buyback card out of this here. Still haven't pulled any parallels out of Topps Chrome Retail. Numbered parallels, I should say. So maybe I've been a little bit unlucky as far as that goes. But, maybe this is the time. We shall see. All right. So you all know the story of, hey, look at that. There's O'Neal Cruz right on the back. So one of the top rookies. It'd be nice if that was a refractor. I guess we will find out. Of course, I got to tell you guys, those of you that have not watched the last video, we'll just call it the Topps Fire video, you really, 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 really want to go back and watch that because it kind of was super disruptive to my hobby life. I buy a lot, I sell a lot. I rip, maybe not quite as much as some people, but to pull the 2 cards out of that box that I did, and especially the one big card, which I won't reveal for those of you that haven't watched it, it's so surreal. It just kind of like puts a freeze on everything else in your hobby collecting life, So I don't want to say I went in a funk over pulling an amazing card because that's not the right way of phrasing it, but it's just, it's hard to kind of move on with your collecting life after you pull a card like that. But just so lucky and so fortunate. Even though I know that now there is no chance in the rest of my hobby collecting life, almost very, very little chance, we'll say, of pulling a better card than that. But who knows? Maybe it's in this blaster. That's the allure of ripping all the time, right? So, we'll have to see what we get. Let's take a quick peek. I think I see a blue parallel, so that's pretty exciting. I see a prism in there. That looks like the club plaques parallel there. I guess it could be a speckle of some kind, but I think it's an insert. So let's see what we find in this blaster here and see if it was worth the investment. Rodolfo Castro. There's a Mike Trout. Any Mike Trout card, as far as I'm concerned, is a nice one. So I'll get that sleeved up after the fact. There's our O'Neal Cruz. It's just a base rookie, still a really nice one. All right, do we have, nope, not the blue one yet. Max Scherzer, Curtis Terry, who is probably in the running for the worst rookies out of 2022 products. All right, let me see if I can pick this up, and we'll just look at this one card. It is, it looks like a true blue parallel here, so that's pretty neat. Finally pulling a parallel. Let's see, and it is a Justin Verlander true blue parallel. That's pretty nice, and that is out of 83. And of course, I am just now realizing, or out of 150, I'm just realizing I don't have my top loaders down here. Bear with me really quickly. Way to be prepared for this video. All right. Well, hey, I'll take a Justin Verlander. You know, his hobby tends to be up and down. I'm hoping that now he is with the Mets, more people are giving him the respect he deserves, because, you know, you can kind of get his parallels pretty cheap overall. And I've picked up a few, you know, flipped a few, kept a few. But future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander, it's a pretty cool one to have. So that's pretty nice. Okay, we'll throw him. Where can we put him? That's, man, there's so many great cards back here. I just got to pick a spot and live with it. So there's Justin Verlander. Okay, see who else we end up with out of here. I always like to put the refractors to the side. There's Bo Bichette, Brandon Marsh, Brian Anderson. Okay. So we'll probably just get the one numbered parallel out of here would be my guess. You know, it's pretty rare that I think you get more than one out of a blaster, but we can still get a really nice sepia or pink. And the next pink is a Trevor Story, member of the Red Sox, going to be out, missing some time with surgery, so we'll see if he comes back this year at all. Vidal Brujan. Every time I see a rookie Tampa Bay Ray, I think it might be Wander. It's usually him instead, but that's okay. Anthony Rizzo. No buyback cards yet, so, you know, might not hit any in here. Here's another Trey Turner. We saw the Trey Turner base earlier. Rafi Devers. Luis Garcia Sepia Cup card. JD Martinez. And, hey, that's a pretty cool one. The Club Plaques. Vladimir Guerrero. I do PC Vlad, so anytime I see a Vlad card, I'm happy to come across that. So that'll probably go in my binder. I don't know if, do you guys out there, do you still put cards in binders? I don't know if that's a practice that's going away, or if, you know, it feels like not as many people do it as they used to. But hopefully it's still happening a little bit, because, you know, I love throwing cards in the binder of, especially, you know, cards that might not be super high value, like this one right here. Xander Bogaerts, another guy at PC. That'll go in the binder, and it's just cool to see, you know, some unnumbered parallels and stuff like that of the main PC guys. So not a crazy blaster, but, you know, definitely not the worst one either. Nice to pull a numbered Justin Verlander. Pretty sweet looking card. Okay, so here's the high upside potential of these two packs. And again, these are hobby jumbos out of 2022 Bowman. So, you know, if you watched my Bowman breakdown of the top prospects in this set, we are looking for Ellie De La Cruz. We're looking for Curtis Mead. We're looking for Jackson Churio, Cedar Rafaela. There's really a lot of guys that we could potentially pull out of here. So let's see how we do. The hobby jumbo format's so much fun. I mean, there's so many parallels you can get out of this. Like I said, the auto potential is really high. I think I see a parallel off the bat right there. Anything thick in the middle? A little hard to tell. All right, well, let's see. Hey, look, Wander Franco right off the bat. So that's not a terrible card to have. You know, these paper rookies don't really tend to carry a lot of value, but, you know, still pretty cool. I'm just going to put some of the top guys aside, even though I think I have all of these already. These are all the veteran base cards here. Juan Soto. Again, these are just printed so high, and people rip so much Bowman that, you know, they don't really carry much value. I think we get a couple of inserts before we get to the good stuff. That's an Austin Hendrick Virtuosic Vibrations and a Blaze Jordan. I think I have both of those cards. And we have a backwards card, Khalil Watson, top prospects. Doesn't look like there's anything special with this one. Yep, nope, just a base insert, Khalil Watson that was flipped upside down for some reason. Cooper Kinney, see if we get any of the first. Here's a Khalil Watson first. So a guy that fell down the top prospect board a little bit, but still a guy you want to, probably put a soft sleeve on. Same with Colson Montgomery and James Wood. So a nice stretch of first Bowman chromes there. We did pretty well on those. Here's a Bobby Witt. And we'll see if we get anybody else. Jason Dominguez, not bad. Alejandro P.A., Diego Cartaya. All right. And we should be, yeah, it looks like we get a fuchsia paper parallel here in the back. So let's see who we have. Big potential if it is a first of one of those big prospects. It doesn't look like it's going to be, though. Is that Pedro Pineda? Pedro Pineda out of $2.99. All right. Well, hey, you know what? We're going to sleeve it anyway. I don't remember where Pineda landed on the most recent top prospects list, but he was not a guy that was super high on my radar, so I don't think that he's high up there, but always nice to pull a parallel out of Bowman because there's plenty of times when you get nothing. So, we'll take this as opposed to nothing. So there's Pedro Pineda. All right, and we'll just straighten this up slightly and get to our last pack here. Thank you again for tuning in, and thanks again to the great sellers who helped me out again with this project. To be able to do all this and get such a great deal on these individual cards and, sealed wax was really, really cool. It was fun to just be able to hunt those cards down and to do the best we could with the project, but just to do this was a lot of fun. We got a thick card in here. I don't know what that is. You don't really find a lot of relics in Bowman. It's maybe not quite thick enough for a relic, but it's a thick card. All right, well, I guess we're going to find out together. Let's quickly go through these. Anybody that we want to put aside. No big names in here so far. Okay, put aside Chris Bryant. He's another guy at PC. All right. Oh, it's an Invicta. I should have known that. Okay, so it's an Invicta insert. These are not easy to pull. It's a Garrett Mitchell Invicta. So I will put him down here. Another one of the top 100 prospects turned around backward. I don't know why I didn't know that they did that, but evidently that's a thing. Adael Amador, great prospect with the Rockies. And we did get a parallel out of this, too. It's the Garrett Mitchell pack. Garrett Mitchell refractor out of $4.99. So no crazy pulls out of this pack. It's going to look like. I don't imagine we're going to get an auto later in the pack, but I guess we'll find out. Garrett Mitchell made his debut with the Brewers last year, so I assume we will see his rookie in 2023 Topps, I don't know, Series 2 maybe? Where did I put these down? I'm so disorganized, you guys. Okay. George Valera, good little first Bowman there. Oswaldo Cabrera. We're going to get anything else out of another Garrett Mitchell. 3 Garrett Mitchells in this pack. And we're not going to get anything else crazy out of here. So no autos, but you know what? It was still super fun ripping these packs here. We got 3 parallels out of a blaster and 2 hobby jumbos. So the Justin Verlander to 150, Pedro Pineda fuchsia. I think it's just a regular fuchsia, or maybe it's fuchsia pattern. No, it looks like regular fuchsia. That's out of $2.99. The base refractor out of $4.99 for Garrett Mitchell. And then once again, just recapping my singles pickups from this great project. This Felix Hernandez card is probably my favorite one. Man, that's a cool card. I think this is going to stay in my PC because it is so sweet how the light bounces off of it. The fact it's a first year. I mean, this is an 18-year-old card, 19-year-old card. To be in that great condition is awesome. We have the Pete Alonso auto as well, and again, that one was numbered. The 2 Mike Trout numbered black gold parallels. So cool. If one of those is in great shape, I might send one of those away to get graded because any Trout parallel gem is a good one. And then the Grayson Rodriguez first Bowman Chrome. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you if you contributed to the project as well and sold me a couple of these cards. Greatly appreciate it. And I believe this promotion runs through March. So if you have any of these, if you see any of these, you can still go ahead and set them aside, and then you bring them to your LCS, and they basically just work like a gift card. So definitely be on the lookout for your Paul Goldschmidt and Aaron Judge Topps Chrome 2022 cards, and you can go about your own little redemption project here. All right, thanks again. We'll see you on the next video.